Good morning, my beautiful soul followers. How is everyone this morning? I hope you all are starting your Tuesday off on the right foot. I know for those of us in the United States, we had a 4-day weekend, and so it is now time to get back to whatever we do. Maybe it's not time to get back to the grind, but today I wanted to start out actually telling a little bit of a story to kind of fit with what I'm going to share on today. I spent the morning doing some deep journaling and meditation, and this came up, and then I was listening to an inspirational listen that I listen to every morning, and it really stirred. And so I remember years ago, before I thought sex was important, before I was a sex coach and I was still just a therapist, a new therapist, doing my thing, I can remember thinking sex was like, yeah, it's important to make babies, like it's important, but sex was not something I valued. I was really, really uncomfortable with the idea of sex. I saw it as just something for the man. I saw it in relationship as something that, yeah, that's important, but I was not really focused on it. I did not know the power, the true power of our sexual energy. Nor did I really understand at that time a lot about chakras and all the things I teach about now that I absolutely love, and I mix in with all my yummy, juicy knowledge from all my therapy degrees. And I remember needing to make a change, and it got so uncomfortable for me at some point that I went, I need to go make a change. And so I reached out to somebody, and it's I'm sure you've all heard that story if you watched me for a while, about how I reached out to somebody and then I fell in love with Tantra, and then from there things took off. I won't bore you all with that story again. But I remember living most of my life not valuing sex until I really saw the depth in sexuality. I saw the power of it to change us. And so recently, I've been getting lots of consults and people messaging me and just my normal flow of my business, and I love it. But lately, I've been seeing a lot of people go, oh, I want to change my sex. I really want to make this change. I want to change. I'm hearing this a lot. I want to make these changes. And then they're like, why is this not working? I have one or two clients that are like, why is this not working? Why am I not doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Why am I not stepping up where I know? And we've all done this, guys. So we all, self-included, go under the bus. We go, I know I should be doing that, but I'm not. So why? Why are we not making the changes we need to make? And that is a loaded question, because there is a million answers to that. We sometimes want to hold ourselves back because we're afraid to grow. If we grow, then what are the people around us going to be think? All of these things. However, one of the biggest things, and the thing that really truly stops us at the very beginning of our change process, no matter what it is, whether it's I want to change my pleasure, my passion, my thoughts, whether it is I want to change, and start this new business, I want to exercise, or I just want to change my bedroom. I want to change my bedroom. What stops us is what we value. What we value. This is a huge piece. So if you care about yourself at all, if you want to make any change at all in your life, then please keep watching, because what we value makes the ultimate difference in if we are able to make changes in our lives for the better. And what do I mean by that? So many times we say we value something, like, no, I do want to I want to up level my bedroom game. But the fact is, I get a lot of people who are like, but I actually value being lazy. Not lazy. I value my time watching Netflix more. I value, my comfort right now ahead of me actually stepping in. And so it comes down to a value system. And that's not to say you don't have good values. Like, that is not what we're saying. It's what do you truly value? And one of the things we do not value the very most is ourselves. There are so many people who don't truly value themselves. And if you don't value yourself, then to make any changes to better yourself is going to be an uphill battle. It is. It's going to be an uphill battle. And while we all can work on self-love, okay? I don't know anybody in the planet who can't work on a little bit of more self-love. That's always a process. The fact is, the average American or Western world, because I know I have many, many followers outside of the US, the Western world, we don't really truly value ourselves. We don't value our internal world. And when we don't value our internal world, to then go, I'm going to make this change to better myself, we come up against this humongous orgasmic life block. And that's what I'm calling it today. This orgasmic life block. It's looking at if we value being comfortable or if we value what we're going for more. So I get couples oftentimes, and this is why I sometimes actually don't love taking on. I'm very cautious. I love my couples when I get a good couple, but I'm actually very, very picky about my couples that I work with as a couple, because usually there's one person who values the work much more and is willing and ready to make the change. They see the value in their sex. They see the power in making these changes. And then usually the other partner is kind of going along for the ride a lot of times. And that's never a good space to be when you're trying to make changes. And until they can shift that thought of, no, I value this. This is something I value. This is something I want because I value whatever I'm going for. So if you are doing exercise, if you value taking care of your body above that extra hour of sleep, then you're going to do it. If you value your extra hour of sleep more, then you're not going to do it. It's really a simple kind of equation. But what you might say to me, Addison, but like what happens if you're like, I do value taking care of my body, but I do value this extra hour of sleep. A lot of times we have to start small. We have to find something we do value. So like my sex couple, that maybe the woman isn't really on board yet. Maybe they're like, I don't really see the power of this. It's okay. Find the value where you can find the value. I value being open to learning new things. Guess what? That's a value system a lot of people can jump on board with. If it's, I value having, the next 10 years of my life not on medications and struggling and all that, you're more likely to do the exercise. But how do we make those shifts? A lot of times, like, people talk about affirmations, and there are a lot of people who are against affirmations, and I'm actually one of them. I do not believe in affirmations. I believe in what Tony Robbins calls incantations. And you might go, oh, and now Addison's talking about witchcraft. But the fact is, guess what? We all do a little bit of witchcraft with our words. Our words are like spells. They are. What we speak is us speaking our truth into the world and what we're pulling more of in. And so I do believe in what I call incantations, and that is an embodiment, a passion behind whatever you're speaking. So maybe you're like, yeah, I do want to make that change in my life. Like, there is a piece of me, whatever that change is, whether that's your money, your business, your sex, just living just more passionately and lovingly and orgasmically, like I would call it. You have to start by seeing it and embodying that. By going, okay, right now that value might not be strong enough, but guess what? You can build that value system. And oftentimes the place to start is with us, because it's much easier to make a change for somebody else. Now, it's oftentimes not a lasting change at that, but oftentimes for many people, it's easier to make a change for somebody else than it is for us, because guess what? We oftentimes value relationships more than we value ourselves, as seen by our current relationships that are in our world oftentimes. So you have to start with little things, little incantations. If you want the money to come in, and if you want to make that change, start by affirming, but also adding the energy and embodying it and visualizing it. If you can't see it, then it's not going to happen. You have to be able to fully step in and build that value system. Don't start at, I'm worth, $1 billion. Because guess what? Your value system, your belief system probably don't measure up to that. It might sound good, it might sound fun, but if your belief system and your value system are not really there, if you don't believe in yourself at that level, if you don't believe in your work at that level, then this is going to be really hard to make those changes that you need to get there. But you can start by saying, I believe in myself and I value money. I value the flow, that beautiful flow of finances per se. And seeing it and going, I know I'm going to see this money come in, and fully get into it. Fully get into it. If you want better sex, sit there, and I'm not fantasize, but not wild, crazy fantasies, unless you want that. I'm talking just fantasize and feel the passion you want in your life. And move that value system up. Move your belief system up. Because the more we can do that, the more in alignment we can get with the changes we say we want. If we don't believe in ourselves, if we don't believe in what we're going for, it's much easier to sit on the couch and watch Netflix. And I'm not hating on Netflix, but I'm seeing right now a lot of people's belief systems and value systems have changed so much over the last year or two with all the time home we've spent, all the time distance from people. And I'm seeing this struggle to make these orgasmic changes. And oftentimes it really does come down to our value system. Do you value comfort? Do you value beating yourself up more? Do you value you consistently going through the same patterns? And you have to get really real with yourself, guys. Really real with yourselves. Because we might, no, I don't value that, but really look at it. Do you value yourself always going, see, I failed again. See, I failed again. That's actually a value system, because it validates what we believe about ourselves. And so today I really want you, and I know everyone's like, I get on your videos, Addison, to hear about sexy things. Well, guess what? This is sexy. Change is sexy. Change is sexy. If you want that orgasmic life, you have to find a way to make the changes you know you need to make. And oftentimes it starts with calling it in with our words, our energy, our action, but also making sure we're truly valuing the thing. And if we're like, no, I still am struggling, find something smaller that fits into that you can go, no, I do value this. I do value this. I value not being in the hospital, all the time and just taking care of my health for that. Well, you can value that and then move it up to, but now I value myself in, looking good, feeling good, energy. Just keep building it up, building it up, building it up. But if you're trying to make changes and they're either not in alignment with your values, or you have values that trump it, it's going to be hard to make those big changes that you truly want in your life. So sometimes it's not a level of being, I hear the word lazy a lot. There are very few Americans that I would say are, it's not the case either. I was about to say something. I meet a lot of people who are not lazy. However, their value system doesn't necessarily match up to what they're wanting. And so before we can do anything, we have to look at that value system. So if you want an orgasmic life, look at your value system. Look at how you're talking about it. Look at how you're embodying it. Stop just the plain affirmations of faking it. Really embody it. Really feel it. Really see it. Because that is what the people who truly make change, shift things in their world do. So, all right, guys, I think you got my message today, so I am going to let you go. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. If you are needing a butt kick in order to get you back on your orgasmic path, find the tools, tricks, tips, techniques, all the things to get you to that orgasmic life, then please reach out to me at addisonbell.net/contact, and we can chat about how to move you forward. So we are headed towards the end of this year, and it is time to get your butt in gear, people. Time to get your butt in gear. All right, guys, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Bye.